What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. If you're anything like me, you might have got to a point in your RZR ownership that you're faced with one of two choices. Do I get me some hot boy 3-piece wheels and embrace the camber gang here? Or do you just finally suck it up and admit that something's wore out and needs a little attention? Obviously, based off the title of the video, you know which one we're going to do. I got these sweet L&W Fab radius rods, and I'm just itching to put them on. Also itching because of these Alabama bugs. It's rough out here. I'm going to cut off my roster lights here. Before we get into the installation of the L&W radius rods here, let's talk about the problem. Sure, a lot of people, it's maybe a little hard to tell because this is a GoPro and it distorts it, but that tire should be straight up and down. Instead, it's kind of cocked over to the left there. Pretty common problem with RZRs. You'll see them all the time, especially if they come with these factory high clearance arms, like high lifter models and crawler editions. And a lot of people suspect wheel bearings, but I'll show you here in a second. It's not the wheel bearings. Everyone's like, well, I got brand new wheel bearings and it's still cambered. I'm about to show you it's in these bushings right here. Or should I say lack thereof, because Polaris is a bunch of morons. Now watch closely this bushing to this bolt and this bushing to this bolt. Don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but watch the other side for me. I'm going to give it a shake here. I don't know if you quite got that or not, but it said ker-clunk, 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 ker-clunk. So without further ado, let's get this L&W arm put on the RZR. See if we can do it the easy way here. 1, 2. Dang, that was so quick and easy. Alright, first step's going to be get this bad boy jacked up, supported by your favorite Harbor Freight jack stands, hashtag no recalls here. Knock the wheel off, put the lug nuts back on the studs, that way you don't forget them, and get your work seat securely in place. We're going to start out here on the knuckle side. Go ahead and apply a liberal coating of your favorite liquid libation and swear words. You want to make sure you get every wrench but the right size. Remember when I said to get every size but the correct size? See, I'm always looking out for you. Ugh. Got the old nut rounder out. I'm going to try to hold it on one side and use the correct 18mm on the other side. Alternatively to this, you could just get a newer Milwaukee impact that's not 1/4 inch drive and actually has some gut to it. For now, I just got to work with what I got though. Same but different down here on the bottom. Also an 18mm. Also would help if I was planning on loosening it. Rookie mistake. Went ahead and took that bolt out while I was pulling on this. I was trying to twist the whole control thingy. That guy, this one. Trying to whoop. Alrighty, we just pull the old double nut and washer routine on these two bolts on the outside. Now we get the fun ones on the inside. We'll say if you don't own an 18mm wrench, stop the video, go to the store, get one, because you've got to have an 18mm wrench to get these inside bolts. The back side of these, although you would think would be some nice welded on nut, you know, since it's so hard to access back there, it's not. It's a lock nut. and it's on the inside of there. So, good luck. Yeah, the sound effect does help. Oh yeah, double nutted that one. Now, I'll try to grab these arms out of here. Bottom one. Go ahead and grab that one. We're going to look at these in further detail on another video. For right now, I'm just going to focus on getting these L&W ones on. Just wanted to point out there is this little factory spacer, top and bottom. Don't know where you're supposed to leave that in or take it out, so just going to leave it in there and hope for the best. So first and foremost, a step that you absolutely do not want to miss. These thin spacers. Let me show you here. There's a thick spacer and a thin spacer. Okay, the thick spacer, you get one on each side up here at the plate. The thin spacer, you get one on each side down here at the bottom. Very important, do not forget these two spacers or it will end extremely bad for you. Trust me. I'm going to go ahead and start with my lowers right here and try to start snaking this bolt, snaking this bolt through all of these spacers and the arm. Okay, wasn't so bad. But before I put this top one on, I want to get it lined up to the right length. So you can see, if I go to try to put this on, hopefully you can see that bolt is pulled in, which means that this is not long enough, so I need to thread it outwards to make it longer. I'm going to try to go one more full turn out and see what that looks like. And I would say that that is perfectly straight there. Come to the other side, and more or less straight. We'll dial it in once we get it on the machine. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to count how many turns out this heim is. That way I can match it on the other side. Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, so 2 3/4 turns. So the first time that this is turned right, going 2.5. So there's the quarter, go half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. So that should match that perfectly. And it does, so I'm happy with that. 2 3/4, 2.5, depending on how you look at that, is going to be my measurement for the other arm. So slap these guys in here and we'll wrap this thing up. Sorry you guys had to miss the first 30 minutes of me struggling to get this thing in here, but don't worry, I got the camera on so you can get the last shot where I get it in there. Come on. Oh yeah. Make sure you didn't make the rookie mistake of putting your logos upside down. And we'll go ahead and get those tightened up. Click. While I actually snug these up with a ratchet here, there's a company that makes a weld-in bushing to replace the nut on the back side of these. Someone dropped that in the comments who that is. I want to say it's maybe Performance side-by-side bushings, but somebody makes a weld-in insert, and I'm extremely interested in getting a set of those. How many foot-pounds do you think that is? Get it? Foot pounds. Don't worry, guys. Always torque to spec. Alrighty, boys and girls, almost wrapped up here. I'm going to use your top hat style bushings for the Heim. It's going to be kind of interesting to fish in here because I probably should have got this top one in on this side first. Now my brake line's in the way. That right there is swear worthy. If I had a quarter to put in the jar, my friend, it would be like nickel night at Wesley's. Change all on the floor. Alrighty then. I'm going to cut the camera off because I'm sure I've already got a 12-minute clip of me struggling with this one freaking Heim joint. Starting to realize why people do one side off camera, then do the side they're going to do on camera. Needless to say, start with the Heim joint side and then put this side on. See, I started with this side and tried to do the Heim joint last. No go. No bueno. Heim joint first. Don't worry about it, guys. Only fought this thing another hour before I decided to get the camera back rolling. Now that you got all those cuss words out of your system, just gotta tighten this guy back up, put the wheel on, we'll be done. And in case you were wondering, there is a torque spec for all these. I invite you to look it up if you're into that kind of thing. Just going to get them good and tight and hope for the best. Whew, a little bit out of breath. I just climbed up in the bed there and jumped around a whole bunch. I would take this thing for a rip down the driveway, but I'd have to move my truck and clean up my tools. Anyways, what I want to show you was our tire camber is more or less straight up and down. I mean, there you can probably see it a little better. Levels touching it at the bottom. It come up here to the top and it's like a 1/8 inch, probably more like a 1/4 inch. I'm being a little generous there. It's probably more like a 1/4 inch cambered in, but I'm okay with that. Like I said, I'm not gonna take all that back apart. I got to do wheel bearings soon, so when I do my wheel bearings, I'll probably thread that out one full turn just to, you know, just to feel good about it. But yeah, thanks for checking out the video. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's just doing radius rods, nothing crazy. But anyways, thanks for checking out the video. If this was helpful, give it a big thumbs up. If it was mildly entertaining, give it a thumbs up. If you got any suggestions or see anything that I did wrong, by all means drop it in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, RZR videos, I don't want to show it, but got my Toyota over there, so a 78 Toyota Hilux. I got a big diesel truck right behind you that I'm going to be making some videos on, and of course I'm always out here turning wrenches in the garage. So if you're in that kind of thing, subscribe button, greatly appreciate it, especially if you turn the notification bells on, lets you know when I post new videos. Thanks for watching, and I will see you hopefully on the next one. Uncle Blake, how did you get that cool scar on your forehead? Remember, kiddos, anything is the right tool for the job if you're persistent enough. life lessons right here on BCdriven.